Hi, this is Muhammad Athman in a new video for submucosal tunneling endoscopic resection STER for multiple leiomyoma. So we can see here we started the tunnel to remove a lesion, submucosal lesion in the stomach. And right away you are seeing that the lesion here in the tunnel. Usually you would go outside the tunnel, but I'm looking out here and you can see my marking, and the lesion, the intended lesion in the stomach is actually not there yet, indicating that the lesion I'm seeing right now is not the right lesion. And I know I have to dissect a little bit down and to the right, and this is what I did. And we can see the second lesion here, which is the original one. So if I did not go out of the tunnel, confirm the location, and one of the tricks here that I already marked above the lesion to know where the lesion at. So when I reach this marking, I know I have to go, this is the beginning of the lesion, and I found that we did not get there yet. So now we found the correct lesion, and gradually I'm removing it. And you can see when we're removing the lesion, we try to remove part of the muscularis propria into the serosa with that lesion to ensure that you are having R0 resection. Because leiomyoma, if you cut them, inoculate them when we're doing a STER, you can always get positive margin. So you can see here, I'm intentionally cutting around them. I'm not cutting actually in them. And now this is the last part, which was attached to the serosa, and we're cutting it, and very soon now we will take the lesion by the cap of the scope. So now we look right back, there's a lesion, another one, the second one, which is we saw at the beginning of the video that we thought it was the intended lesion. So something about these leimyomas, you can see they appear small, but sometimes this could be the tip of the iceberg. So you want to proceed cautiously when you're dissecting. And you can see here I'm doing a wide margin of dissection. And as I dissect, I'm injecting more and dissecting it from the muscle layer. We can notice here this lesion is not that large. It's actually maybe even smaller than the first one. So we dissected it now from the muscle layer. And then I did not remove it completely yet to focus in a third lesion that is toward the mucosa, that appear like tiny small one toward the mucosa, but we must here dissect the submucosa closer to the mucosa, which is very difficult. And you would notice that this lesion is so attached to the mucosa. A lot of these lesions, when we do EUS, we think they are leiomyoma or just originating from the muscularis mucosa. They are not. They actually have extension, as you can see here, to the muscle proper, but they are looking more into the mucosa or bulging towards the mucosa. And that's why they are getting to the submucosa and you see the bulge. So now I am cleaning it, and the more we dissect, we discover that that lesion is very large. In fact, this was the one that we saw outside at the beginning. So these two extra lesions were additional lesion, and that is the main one. That's a very important lesson when you're removing leiomyomas, is that you really have to assume that you might find other lesions if you're doing STERs. And that's why we look around, we look carefully. That large lesion we're seeing right now was barely appearing as a tiny, small, wide spot in the tunnel. And it was toward the mucosal side of the tunnel, not the muscle layer. So that's also you have to be careful when you're doing STER or tunneling to really not to tunnel under the lesion, because this is what happened here. So luckily right now we freed it out from the mucosa, and now we're removing the muscle attachment of the lesion. And you can see this lesion is good 2.5 centimeters, and we could barely see it initially. And I encourage you now to look at the video from the beginning. You will notice that we passed by it 2 times initially without noticing it. So right now, once we dissect it from the muscle layer, there is still a portion of it attached to the mucosal side. We're carefully removing it, and now the lesion is free and completely removed. So this lesion 3 came out. And now we're going back to lesion 2 that we removed most of it, and I'm taking it out. We notice now that we have 3 cavities in muscularis propria corresponding to the 3 lesions removed. After that, we're going to close with clips as you do in poem. Hopefully you like this video. Thank you.